I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
In 2005, you got your highest placing at Olympia, 4th place, right? 2005.
Yeah.
And then 2006, you went back to 10th place.
Yeah.
And I believe that was your last year competing, right? In 2006. So what happened from 2005 to 2006, and why did you finally retire? Did you get injured that year?
Well, it's hard. No, I don't know. First of all, in 2005, when I placed 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't get compared to the top 3. I don't know if anybody paid attention to that. Not once I got compared to the top 3. So Arnold came backstage. He actually was there and goes on my chest with his finger like this and taps on it. You should have been in the top 3. I don't know what they're doing. They go in the wrong direction. I don't believe it. You had a perfect posing. You were classic. Your symmetry was great, and you were dialed in. Your performance was great. I don't understand. And you did not get compared to any of the top 3 guys. You know, anyway, he literally came backstage. It was weird. And I was like, well, you know, it's like, that's just the way how it is, man. And I was maybe mentally already there. I got a little, you know, maybe a break. I don't know. But still, anytime when I competed, I gave it all. So, you know, I always did the best thing I could to be, you know, to do the right thing and do the best thing, you know, for me to be at my best. But in 2006, I totally noticed that my body wasn't responding the way that I needed to. So for some reason, for instance, I can tell maybe it's nerve damage, whatever, my legs weren't getting there, you know, and all this stuff. All of a sudden I can tell, I say, I just, you know, and then I couldn't get even like in shape, I feel like I used to, you know, losing the body weight. I was holding water and all this stuff. So I kind of had to say, you know, it was funny. It is like, for some reason, nothing that I tried worked. It was really strange. And then, you know, once you get out of a rhythm, you know, I mean, it's really hard to find, okay, what do you do now? What do you do from here? So, and I know that there I wasn't as good as in 2005 and all those things, you know, and it was like just my body wasn't really, I don't know, not responding, maybe not taking it anymore. It was, you know, and it kind of like, well, I still wanted to have family, kids and things like that. So I was for me, so maybe I need to look and move on. I've done this now for 20 years at an extreme, how you say that? The longest that I have taken off in that time were 3 days from working out, 3 days. So I worked out all the time and sometimes even twice a day. So maybe my body was just shut down, overworked, and whatever, you know. But I felt like I needed to step away and focus on other things in life. And that's what I did, you know. Me and my wife, you know, Kim now, we started, you know, seeing each other, we, you know, liked each other. We got married a year later. And we live in beautiful Hermosa Beach, you know, looking at the ocean. So we have 11. Oh, my son's birthday, by the way, is tomorrow. He will be 11.
Oh, nice.
And you know, it's a good life. We have a good life. We just got back, by the way, from a camping trip. We have an Airstream. You know,
Awesome.
We love going, you know, Lake Tahoe in the woods or Big Sur. We like the whole Northern California and the area. So we kind of like to, you know, go. We like half across. You know, we actually want to go to Montana and stuff. And I mean, my son just gets a high out of it. He loves that stuff too.
Beautiful. How was the transition into retirement for you? As far as like,
well,
all the contracts, because the contracts go away, I assume right away, right? Like how do you set yourself up for that?
Well, I still work as a spokesperson for many years for WIDA. Then Kim and I were together with WIDA and, you know, tried to work with them together. But then there were a lot of changes too, because Joe and Ben obviously passed away. And and then the company, obviously, it's totally run. I don't even see WIDA Nutrition anywhere. So I don't know if they have any nutrition part and stuff. And then I worked for several companies actually in Europe. One was Actually, one was here. Sam for 1 year was a spokesperson, and Multipower, and then Z Concert. And they were all great companies. I worked for them for a couple of years, and made a living that way still. And then my wife and I started building a business. We have our own equipment line, so kettlebells, resistant bag workouts, plyo boxes, you call it foam rollers and all this stuff. And the equipment line is doing phenomenal right now, so it's doing really well.
That's great. Now you've also done some commercial work, right? Like I've seen commercials with you.
Yes, I have done
mainstream companies.
Yeah, actually, what was it? A total of 11, 12 TV commercials. Yeah, actually, and they paid actually pretty well too. As actually, I did better in the TV commercials than with acting and stuff. Right before my son was born, actually, after I retired, I went like almost about 3 times a week, all day. It was kind of like was Howard Fine in Hollywood, like acting classes and stuff. That was pretty intense. But also I could see I got good at it. But then when Kim had her business idea, so somebody needed to be home taking care of the kid. So I kind of had to drop that. And then I started, be at home and do that at least for a while. And I still did some auditioning and stuff and got a few parts here and there. But in one audition, actually, I went to met Adam Sandler, and Jack and Jill, the movie never did well. It's considered one of his worst movies where he is, But anyway, I got a part in there, and I took my son in that little thing. I took him to the audition, and he put him right there. And then Adam Sandler comes in, and who is that guy? It was really funny. He's like, well, it's my son Jake, and my wife is out of town, and well, I got sent here to do an audition. And I was like, well, good luck, man. I was like, you hit it, man. Right? It was great. It was really interesting. But for me then, okay, there was so Kim had that business idea, and we used to own a gym for 5 years too. It was a small group personal training, and it actually did well. The only thing is then we kind of had to step away, and I said, well, I'm not working there day in, day out, and cannot even get a salary because obviously it happens here. I mean, if you know Hermosa Beach, so we were just a block of the beach. The lease and the rents are outrageous. So the landlord came in, do you want to continue this? But we have to, do what they said, do. We're not paying any more rent. This is what we can do, or we leave it. And then, we couldn't come together and said, oh, fuck this. So, but because we started doing our own gym, we also created our own equipment line. And so we working with the manufacturer and stuff, have a license deal with it, and it's the best thing we ever did in our life. So it's great.
That's great. Now, like you said, you mentioned you've done some great TV commercials, right? One
was with Lance, and one actually Lance Armstrong was in there. So they kind of want, for me, it was for a Saturn commercial. So it was literally
right. Saturn, right? The car.
Be like this, your bicep, and then it kind of went reconsider strength. So they kind of shut up to me, and then it took a picture of me on stage. Actually, I filmed that the commercial at 3:00 in the morning at a club in Hollywood. It was the funniest. It was weird. Anyway, so it was there. They shut up to me, and I took the bicep shot, and it goes like reconsider strength. And they go in and they show Lance Armstrong going on an endurance thing. So it was kind of powerful to long endurance, and they kind of incorporated it in a Saturn commercial. That actually at the time, they don't build these cars anymore, but that commercial paid well because it was running over and over. Absolutely. So I got a lot of residuals out of that too.